So here's what I mean. Nowadays, every platform or website has its own complex algorithms, which you need to understand and leverage if you want a fighting chance of being seen by your audience or potential clients. Take YouTube, for example. You could spend hours producing and editing a Netflix level video, which you think is going to go viral and dominate the internet. But the truth is, there are 3 factors which are going to determine whether or not that video gets seen. And they are the thumbnail, the title, and the SEO, or otherwise known as the keywords used in your title and description of your video. If all those 3 align, then the next thing you need to make sure of is the first 30 seconds of your video has a wow factor that keeps retention high. Otherwise, YouTube's algorithm is going to think that your content sucks and it will stop pushing it to a larger audience. Now, that all sounds simple enough, and it is, until the company in question decides to change the algorithm, making your profile or gig invisible again. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how these algorithms are killing your side hustle and what you can do to overcome it. Now, I want to talk specifically about Fiverr.com, one of the largest freelancing platforms on the web today, boasting over 4.2 million active buyers a year while still only having around 850,000 active freelancers selling their services. It's a great place to be if you're already a freelancer or you want to get started as one. Now, I've been on the platform since 2020, and back then, ranking yourself on the top pages was simple. It was purely about securing orders and making sure once you completed them, you received good feedback. And at the start, I found I could rank pretty much any gig to the first page within 2 weeks. In fact, I've said this before in previous videos, but my first month on Fiverr, I'd already made over $1,000. Now though, we're in 2023 and Fiverr has started changing the game, which is benefiting new sellers, but not so much the old ones. As with Fiverr's new algorithm, they're actually focusing much more on pushing new sellers to the first page for what seems to be a 24 to 48 hour period, helping them get seen and hopefully gaining them some orders. Because when you're on page 20 as a new seller, the truth is you're never going to get seen. And this is something I've noticed with my partner, who recently started on Fiverr too, and has put in probably 20% of the effort I did when I first started. But already, she's completed 4 to 5 orders and earned around $400 in just 2 weeks as a brand new seller, while still getting new clients message her every single day. And my gigs right now, well, one of them which pretty much lived on the first page when searching for the keyword spokesperson is now on page 5 last time I checked. And in case you're wondering where your gig is ranking and you want to check, well, the only way to really do it is by entering the Fiverr website through a different browser extension than you use to log in. For example, my account is always logged in on Safari, so to do any Fiverr research, I use Google Chrome. Type the keyword that you want to rank for, example, my main keyword is spokesperson, and then go through page by page until you find on what page your gig is listed under that keyword. It's a tedious process, but it's always good to know. And with every order completed as a new seller, you'll definitely start to notice your position move further up to the top pages. But with that being said, here are a few reasons why I believe these algorithms we rely so heavily on could actually be holding you back. Like I mentioned, the top pages of Fiverr have always normally been dominated by top sellers, giving very little chance for new sellers with zero or minimal feedback to get seen. Because by putting top sellers on the first page, the algorithm knows these sellers deliver great results. And when compared with new sellers, 9 times out of 10, a buyer will always pick someone with a proven track record and plenty of positive feedback over somebody who's just starting out. So to overcome this, I'd recommend leaning into your niche that you decide on a little bit more than what your competition are doing. For example, my partner is Polish and she's advertised that she can make both English and Polish video content. And since then, the majority of her work that she's got within the first 2 weeks of being live on the platform is from the Polish market. So what I mean is, if you can offer something a little bit different than what every other freelancer is offering, then you should definitely do it. The majority of algorithms run by the use of keywords, and it doesn't matter if you're a seller on Fiverr, listing items on Etsy, or trying to rank your website on Google. Keywords with high search volume, unfortunately, are the key to success. For example, if you're part of the Fiverr Seller Plus program, you'll get access to keyword insights, which will allow you to see which keywords you should be using, depending on the gig you're in. And if we take a look at product photography, we can see that one of the best keywords to use is Amazon product photography. So if you thought about offering Shopify product photography or for websites, forget about it, because you're at the mercy of the algorithm and the keywords which are going to give you the higher search volumes. This ultimately stunts just how unique you can make your gig, causing you to blend in with the rest of the sellers. But ways around this are to focus on the thumbnail you use and the impact your gig on a potential client will have within the first 5 seconds of them clicking on it. On the plus side, algorithms are great for one thing, and that's the fact that we can learn them and use them to our advantage. So, like I mentioned at the start of this video, YouTube's algorithm relies on views and retention. And we know that to get this, we need to focus on our thumbnail, title, and the first 30 seconds of our video. Same goes for when it comes to listing your Fiverr gig. Most important is to make sure that you create a keyword-heavy title of highly searchable terms. Next is to focus on the thumbnail, which will stand out among the rest and catch a client's attention. And with the insights and research that Fiverr and other platforms offer, it's actually easier than ever to make sure that we're marketing ourselves in the right way, thanks to the predictable algorithms. But I want to know what you think. If you're having difficulty with the algorithms, drop me a comment below and let me know the issue that you're having. Maybe I can help. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next video.